today. It's a great change of pace for me, getting a chance now to talk about, well, one of my alma maters, our very own friends from Marion University, Ancilla College. And Dr. Natalie Tucker is here today, one of the busiest women I know. I mean, it's like you don't get it. Do you even sleep?
Very limitedly.
I was going to say.
Very limited.
You have to be just, your schedule's ridiculous. I thought my schedule was ridiculous. You got me beat.
No, we were talking. Everybody's busy. Everyone manages their busy seasons differently, right?
Yeah.
So we're just in a busy season, and that's good.
Well, we're in the early stages of the kids back to school and everything. So how things going?
Really, we're at week 5. Isn't that
week 5 already?
I know, right?
I could have sworn we just started this.
And so we're gonna blink, and it's gonna be fall break and midterms and stuff. But we welcomed back almost 240 students. We had an increase of 30 more students this semester than we had last year, so that is awesome. Our dorms are almost at capacity. Our female dorm has a few more rooms left in it, but our male dorm we had to start tripling. A great challenge to have, and of course would rather triple the males than the females. But those dorms are beautiful, big rooms. They're private suites. They are not the cinder block dorms that I stayed in at my alma mater, at Purdue and stuff. So they're beautiful, spacious rooms. And so, but we have just an incredible group of freshmen through seniors. We're going to graduate our first class of bachelor-seeking students in the history of the college this spring. Yeah, so excited.
Bravo.
Yay.
Bravo.
And so those are some of our nursing students right there. So with our 2 4-year degree programs, nursing and education, those are growing and picking up speed. And of course, we know in our rural community especially that we need nurses and teachers, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Horrifically bad. So we're really glad that we can help provide that opportunity here locally to help feed that need. So.
God, I don't even know where to start with you. There's so much that has gone on. And, you guys are doing renovations right now. Talk a little bit about that.
So the sisters, the Poor Handmaids of Jesus Christ, who are our biggest collaborators, supporters, cheerleaders, we love the sisters. This is their college, their legacy, and we're so excited to carry that forward with them and for them. So the sisters have embarked on an ambitious project to update all their facilities and living quarters that are above us in the college, so 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors of that building. That building's over 100 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my, and it's massive. If you haven't it's just huge. So just like all projects with old buildings, when you start, tearing stuff down and opening things up, things get a little bit more dicey or complicated at times. But the sisters are adding an entrance into the side of the college that will be handicap accessible. Provide for a lot more accessibility needs. We'll also have an elevator, and we will have a student lounge that out of that addition as well. So it's a small addition to the side of the building, but you see it right when you drive in. And of course, then that has led to having to move water and redo some lines and sidewalks. Again, one thing leads to another, but they're all wonderful updates and additions. And we're just so grateful to the sisters for investing in that building, and that we get to help use those pieces. And they're so thoughtful and intentional about wanting to provide the students with those spaces as well. So we just really excited. It should be done in a couple more months. Probably it's a year-long build, so we probably still have at least 6 months out.
Gosh, it seems to even be longer than that, considering we're talking about a 100-year-old building.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that building has so much history. What a great building, though.
And again, it's all part of the commitment, and the relationship with the Poor Handmaids is just unbelievable, really. Mm-hmm. They have done so much over the many years of being affiliated with the college that they have a pride factor going on. They want to see this school thrive and success, touch lives, and I just love the way you guys are doing it right now. It's not the school that I went to. Yeah. It's far different, and I love it because we're keeping up with the times.
You have to, right? Yeah.
And so we're talking about renovations. This year, did you add any new classes or anything? Or
we do. We actually have over 100 classes this semester. We have a couple evening classes as well that are taught one night a week. That structure we've had years ago, where you could go out and take a night class, right? And those are our general ed classes like sociology, psychology, and so we're excited to be offering those in the evening again, and providing the opportunity to the local community. We'd love to be able to start offering some courses possibly back here in Plymouth again, too, and in collaboration with some different partners we're working with. We'd love to welcome back some more non-traditional students, right? That's been a very big part of the historical support of the college is the non-traditional student population. So we're really excited to explore options and go back to that historical group of folks that, just they want some education, they want to be upskilled, but it needs to work with their scheduling, right? And their very busy lives as well. So yeah, the classes, we've had to add some minors. Every bachelor's degree from Marian University, you have to have a minor. Well, again, and adding bachelor programs, we've normally not had 300 and 400 level courses. So we've had to build those out. So I'm teaching a 300 level history class next semester. My master's is in American history to help build out a minor in history for our education students. We have a psychology minor as well. And so, just a lot of, one thing leads to another. Right. But just, again, these are all great developments and challenging opportunities for us to grow as a college and to be more collegiate, and we have such great partnership and support from Marian University that has never waived, and they have really helped us elevate, especially the academic curriculum and quality that our students are being exposed to as well. So, just amazing partnership there with them too. Yeah,
and again, it seems you guys are continuing to look to find ways to add to your programs and stuff.
Yes.
It's impressive.
Oh,
and I love the fact that you guys are keeping the connection with Plymouth and the other county cities we've got here. I know that was one of the things that when you took this job, you said we're going to be doing this more often, and you guys are getting out.
Yes, and we still got a lot more work to do because we still want to be much more integrated and supportive and collaborative with the Plymouth community, the Marshall County community, and all the surrounding counties and county schools. We've done a lot of work with a lot of school systems as well in rolling out this 4-year ed program. As we were talking a little bit too about diversifying some of our course offerings too, we actually, after this, I get to go teach. It's a manufacturing leadership, a micro course that we're doing out at ITAMCO. So so that's they're kind of our pilot right now. We had some grant funding from pre-Marian days that was needed to be used on manufacturing upskilling. So non-traditional populations, manufacturing in this community. So you had to hit all those notes, right? And so we've really struggled to create a educational opportunity that met manufacturing needs, then COVID, then also you can't pull people from the floor for very long either. These are people,
working.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a very unique challenge. So we were able to partner with Leadership Marshall County, John Yeager, who's just amazing.
He is, isn't he something special?
He is awesome.
He is something special.
Yes. So Marian University, with this grant funding, actually it came from LIFT out of South Bend Elkhart Regional Partnership. Leadership Marshall County, John Yeager, and then we also have Kevin Hewen that is an adjunct for us, but he also has an engineering and manufacturing background. So all three of us came together, developed this curriculum. It's 8 weeks, 2 hours, 1 day a week, 16 hours total. It's a micro-credential or it's an in-house certification, and it's all based on manufacturing leadership development. And so meeting with ITAMCO and other manufacturers, they shared with us that post-COVID, they have a lot of people in leadership roles that moved up very quickly, but were never trained, never provided the support they needed to lead or have hard conversations or work through conflict or do goal setting. And they said these are great people, hardworking people, dedicated people, but they've never even seen themselves in leadership roles at times. How can you help us fill that void? And we're like, we can do leadership.
Yeah.
That is MUAC is not in the space of manufacturing. We do some business and logistics, but that for us was a great space to come in and provide collaboration and support. So right after this, I go out, we take out lunch. That's part of it. We take out lunch and we spend 2 hours with them. So we pull them from 11 to 1. We have about 10 students in that right now.
Great.
And it is going phenomenal. it seems TAMCO seems very happy with it. We appreciate their support, and they've been such a great collaborator and support of the college in general. But manufacturing lift program is amazing. You can actually find it on our website and stuff. So if that's an interest to anybody here locally, and we'll be kind of pushing that out even more. But
is it open to anybody or?
Yeah, it's really tailored for the manufacturing field, but anybody that sees that as a need, and we can adjust it and pivot it. It's kind of like, you kind of look at like Leadership Marshall County, but smaller or more precise to
a branch of make sure you're hitting specifically certain
populations and needs within the context of their environment and stuff. So that's a really cool program that we're almost halfway through it. So that's
fantastic. I like that program.
Yeah. It's been fun.
But John does a great job with and he's done it I think for a few years now, several years if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure, but I know I've got to meet him a couple times, and the dude's just perfect.
He is. He's in the right job for him. His talents and abilities.
Absolutely. What else is going on that we could talk about?
We have Family Weekend coming up. It is the first, I think, October 5th. And we have some home games that day, some double headers, both. We do some fall season baseball and softball, but I think we have a baseball game, 2 games that day. We have some soccer going on. We have a lot of activities on campus, food truck, as well as pumpkin painting, chili contest. We'll have some games and other activities. So we're excited to welcome families back onto campus. And our students, we have some sandball. We've really had to kind of we redid our sand volleyball court. We've added in some more activities for our students, even in general. Very active group, and they're a lot of fun. So they like to be out and doing.
Absolutely.
So when you drive by campus, you will see students and families out and about and being active, which is really great as well. I'll have to share with you, we did this amazing event called Charger Challenge. Okay. And I think it was covered. The pilot came out and took some pictures and stuff too. Huge event, kind of like the Great Race, and you have to go around in teams. Absolutely amazing. What a cool experience for all of we had over 80% of our freshmen take part in it, and a number of our upperclassmen. Almost every faculty and staff member helped.
Nice.
It was a huge, huge event. So much fun. Ended with a color race. Anything that we can help to build retention and sense of belonging for us is huge. That's a huge
connection
space right there for us. Yeah, and that's part of what we pride ourselves on, right? Is building relationships with our students. So those events help us do that, and you can see all that on our social media feeds. But just we've had a lot of really great, exciting events here already this fall.
And again, and I think it's very important, and this is why. Well, there's several reasons why I've always been a proponent of Ancilla College. Not just because I went there, but that college saved me when I needed some saving just to change my life around and take seriously what I needed to be doing with myself. I know I'm not the only one in that's ever experienced that and had the college do that for me. That being stated, the fact of the matter is, Ancilla has always been known for their one-on-ones. Mm-hmm. The professors, if you miss a day, they call you out of concern, not to hound you about homework.
Yep.
They want to know if you're okay, if there's anything they can do. And again, understand the word they. It's not just a professor, but it could be someone, someone who handles anything that's they got to do there. Mm-hmm. And that's what I appreciated.
Yep.
It made me come to class. That's what it did. Yeah. It held me accountable. And and you guys, thank God, have not changed that one iota. No. And I'm glad. And that's just because you've picked the right professors and made them a right fit. Mm-hmm. They were the right fit for MUAC.
Yep.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period. And I think there's a lot to be said about the decision making that's being done right now over there. And of course, you're obviously the ringleader with it. But the fact of the matter is, you've done well in surrounding the college with same like-minded people and the passion and the servant's heart. Everything that's probably not on a job application for working at Ancilla College. It's who you are.
Yep. Very much.
And that's why we're growing. That's why we're seeing the plus amount of kids that are in this year.
Yep.
It's always going to be a slow process, but once people understand the financial benefit of a college like us, and understand that it's not just come, go to class, and be done. No, there's things you can get involved with.
Yep.
And that's what today's kids want.
Very, very much. We really, I was just reading through Sister Joelle, who was the first president of Ancilla College, in some of her meeting reports, and she had a wonderful quote about our commodity here is people. We have great people, people who love their jobs, who are dedicated, who love our students, and that holds true today. There is something magical about about MUAC that you will never experience or feel at a large institution of any kind, and that is we make those meaningful, intentional, nurturing relationships with students, and it is very unique, right?
Well, I'll tell you this, and this is going to be really simple-minded, but my memory's it's going down the older I get here. But when I can sit here and tell you about a wonderful experience with my psychology teacher, who me and him, I told you before, we kind of butted heads on philosophies and stuff like that, but we both respected one another. Where an hour later we're out playing tennis against each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I remember that. I remember those times, and I remember those conversations. And so when you can make that kind of impact and that kind of connection, and Frank Zink was probably one, if not the best communications professor, that helped me throughout my radio career and how to talk with people, deal with people, because he always said it was about relationship. Absolutely. So down to earth, didn't treat anybody differently. That's what has been there throughout the many years. And the good news is it hasn't changed. And like I said, it's more than just a job description, because the people take it upon your staff takes it upon themselves to kind of go a little above and beyond
it's a way
for
of
the
being.
Relationship factor.
Very much. We really are we take a lot of pride in the Poor Handmaids values, as well as the Franciscan values of Marian University as well. And that's really our abilities to lead and build relationships, not only with our students, but also with other faculty and staff, and how we engage with each other, how we interact, completely different than a state school or a large school where you don't have those as guiding, forces of a being, right? This is just a way we are. This is our way of being as well. And you feel that. I think you even feel that when you come into the building, that that the way in which we act and engage and treat each other is going to be different. And it's going to be from a space of kindness. It's going to be from a space of support and love and humility.
Some of the scenarios where you just can't believe what I just walked into.
Yeah.
Because you don't get it hard. We don't even have that feel in our country.
No.
I'm not trying to be political, but I'm trying to say the feel itself is just so different when you step in the doors of MUAC. And like I said, when all this transition was starting to happen with Marion down there, question marks were popping ahead. And being a third generation alum there, I have to admit, I had my questions too. Is this the right move that we need to be doing? And come to find out, it has now gotten to the point where everybody hoped it would be.
Yes. Yep.
And the relationship with Marian University and Ancilla continues to stay strong. Very much. And I love the fact that Marian University, as big as they are and as notable as they are throughout the country, even they, I feel they took a step back to say, okay, we can't run Marian University in Indianapolis the way we do Ancilla, because it's two different apples and oranges, in other words. Yep. And now it seems the passion's there. The understanding's there, the trust is there, and that's what that's the good feel part. Yes, that we're getting. That kind of relationship now that had to get strong. Yep. In order for this to take place, in order for more kids this year than last year, the growth is going to be there. Yep. And it just simply will be. Yep. And because of everything and the right changes that are being made. I don't mean to be taking up your time here, but I want to make sure you understand that there are people that are understanding that, and me being one of them. And like I said, I've always supported this college and will always support this college for what it meant for me and my family. And like I said, listen, I'm a Purdue person just like you. I went to Purdue after I was done with Ancilla. Love the university, but it's again, apples and oranges.
Yeah, but different
especially
space.
how you're being taught in the classroom. It's just different.
Yep.
And so if you're young, and it's always tough to try to persuade young kids to come to schools like Marion University and Ancilla College because it's quote unquote small. You have to look at a bigger picture.
Yep, very much. And we're the right fit and right size for certain young people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was visiting with a family the other day that was coming through. We're already having. We have a nice rush of applications and admits and deposits for 25 already, 2025.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is huge. And we've never had deposits that early before in a long time. So we are getting more students that are finding us that is the right fit for them. But I was visiting with a family. They were from Lafayette area, and they had brought their daughter through, and I said, well, where else have you visited? And she said, she told another private faith-based college, but it had about 1,000 students or more. She goes, way too big. She goes, I did not like the campus. It was too big. I was very overwhelmed with the experience. And so here's a young woman that's saying, 1,000 student campus is still too big for me. And here she's from Lafayette. So she knows what a big campus looks like. She goes, this is amazing. I love this because I can see where everything is. I know where I can go. I can have relationships with coaches and faculty. She goes, this, and her parents were like, this suits her. This is what she needs to be successful. And so I loved hearing that students are seeking out this type of experience. If this is the experience that you want, we are where you will be successful and stuff. And that is, again, with that small intentionality, relationship building, lots of academic support. And that, just like you mentioned, Tony, you don't show up to class. I'm teaching a freshman's first-year seminar course. I have like 33 students in my class. Holy cow, I have not taught that many students in a long time. And
I love you saying that because here you are, you're the president, and here you are teaching.
Yeah, it's great. It's been awesome.
I mean, that's why you're successful. Because you understand that it takes everybody to do everything that needs to be done. And sometimes it requires taking a couple of job titles and that you're probably not going to get paid for, can't afford to right now. Welcome to radio for starters. Welcome to radio for starters. And that's all I've done in my life. I get paid for a specific, but I end up doing...
But you're doing a lot of other things.
Because, and one of the main reasons why is because to make it work and make it work efficiently, to make it work right, to help try to reach as many people as you can, sometimes you got to do a little extra.
You do. And the other great thing that has occurred from it too is, for one, my main intention of getting back in the classroom was I was kind of drowning in meetings and trying to find ways to better make meetings more meaningful and impactful. Does this really need to be a meeting? So, trying to step away a little bit from that and trying to create a culture around meaningful meetings as well for the whole campus.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. But also me being able to be among the students is huge because I hear directly from them how they're thinking, how they're feeling, what's working for them. So it keeps me connected to them because I have so many meetings a lot of times. I don't get to go over and eat lunch with them. I don't get to spend it. I go to some games. There's only so many opportunities for me to really engage with them and build relationships with them and hear from them what they're feeling and thinking and experiencing, what we could do better, what we're doing really well, as a college. So that's been awesome. It was kind of funny, Tony, when we were doing our new student orientation days, I started by our second or third orientation, my first year seminar class only had about 8 or 9 students in it. And mine's the earliest. It's at 9 a.m. And so I started plugging it at new student orientation days. Like, by the way, I'm teaching... My class just blew up, and I thought, okay, maybe I shouldn't have pushed that, or maybe apparently I'm likable as well. But I was really surprised because the class actually started out with like 37 students, and then we've had some that had to shift or move or do different things and stuff like that. So I was really honored and humbled that so many students wanted to even just hop on that class with me as well. But it's been a great experience and great team teaching with other faculty, which also then keeps me even better connected with our faculty as well. So it's a win-win for myself professionally as well. So I love teaching. So,
Well, I love everything's going on, but I'm afraid we haven't even hit probably half of it. But one thing we do want to talk about again is that family event.
Family weekend. And we do have another Women of Marion Ancilla chapter event coming up. So we have this amazing...
What's that about?
Oh, I totally forgot. I had it wrote down in my notes. So we just put it out on social media in the last 2 days. So Women of Marion is an organization on the Marion main campus. We created a chapter for us in honor of the sisters. So we have a Women of Marion Ancilla chapter. We are hosting our first professional development event October 16th. It's open to, we have a registration for it. It's free, appetizers. Really the intentionality when I organized this event was to get women our female students in community together. I wanted them to come together and learn about leadership, supporting each other, what it means to be women in professional opportunities and leadership. And it's kind of grown into like, it's open to anybody and everybody. But one of our panelists is a local alumni, Mindy Overmeyer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we love Mindy. She comes in and helps us with some financial pieces of our first year seminar class. Students love her. But she is one of our 3 panelists as well. The other 2 panelists, one is Notre Dame and another one is a South Bend leadership coordinator. So like we have some really great diversity with that panel, but we're really excited. It's really going to be a great event, but it kind of kicks off that organization, which is more of a women in community type of event.
Right.
So, but again, it's open to anybody. We welcome anybody into that event. We just talked with the sisters about it. They were honored as well. And so, yeah, just creating more meaningful events for the community and our students to be able to come together for and celebrate the college sisters. Professionalism, networking, and leadership is huge, right?
Right.
So we're
Absolutely.
excited. We're excited about that event. We see doing that every semester.
Good.
And
Good.
changing focus, obviously, to make sure it's very inclusive.
So when's the first one?
October 16th.
Okay.
Yep, out at Cana Hall, and we do have it's on our social media pages, and there is a registration for it as well. But let us know if you have any questions. But anybody and everybody's welcome. So we're real excited about that.
Wonderful. Marion University Ancilla College, and your website address is, do you know off the top of your head?
Well, I think it is
MUAC.
yeah. So here, I'll find it for you here in just a minute because off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. And then your social media is easy to get to. Just type in Marion
just Google
University,
it.
Ancilla College, and you're set. Now we got sports coming up that we're going to be doing this year. We're very excited about that, and I don't want to say any more because I need you to come back in and talk more about updates.
Oh,
So I'm just going to tease. I'm just going to tease people.
Okay, that's
what
totally
we'll do.
fine.
But congratulations and everything.
Hey, marion.edu/Ancilla.
Okay, there you go.
Easy enough right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Google us and our social media will come up and our pages will come up. And if you put in Women of Marion Ancilla, our family weekend, our events will come up. So again, just reach out to the college if you have any questions and we'll be able to help direct you. So.
This is Ancilla College has got a good one here that we're talking to. Dr. Natalie, gosh, I can't even imagine the fact that not only are you running a university here, but you're teaching. That's a lot. People don't understand. That's commitment, which right there tells you that the direction our school's going.
Oh,
it really. I'm not trying to. I just know. Speaking with former presidents of Ancilla College and all the responsibility they've had to do, and here you are teaching. They never taught, and that's what I'm talking about, folks. I mean, you really, if you want to know where you can get your education, save yourself some money, to where if you want to move on to another college, you can, or if you want to. Take a look at the fields that they got now, programs, classes that can get you going out of the gate. Mm-hmm. This is the college you need to consider.
Absolutely.
And even though we're a little bit off the beaten path, till you step foot on that campus and see the beauty of it, You're never going to know until you take that first step.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I can sit here and tell you till I'm blue in the face, this is at least an option you need to look at.
Yep. Come see us. Come step on the campus. Yep.
Just
love
go
to have you
and take a look at it. Maybe get some great lunch too, because you guys' lunches are really good.
We have a really great cafeteria.
I agree. I completely agree. Dr. Natalie, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, back to wrap it up in just a moment.